Hey guys, first I want to apologize for the absence on YouTube. What's been going on with us is, as you know, we got the mobile blasting system, the wet blast system from Greener Blast Technologies, and it took off. Like we're so behind on powder coating right now. We have this job that we got in 2 weeks ago from a company, and we're finishing up with them guys. After they came in, those came in 2 weeks ago. We got everything finished up until then, so I have a couple videos that I have to edit. I got like 4 or 5, so hopefully this winter I can catch up on those. And then we got them rims and these rims up here, and they're going to be two-tone. They're going to be with, I think, Prismatic Universe outside and some cool color inside, some black, something inside. We are also one of the guys on our X1. If you have a KFX1 system, we have a channel, or not a channel, we have a YouTube group. You're welcome to join. Get hold of me. We'll get you into it. If you look out there for any information on KFX1, there's very little information. This group, I really believe, is one of the most informational places out there to get information on this. So if you're thinking about one, feel free to come in and go into our group for a couple weeks and ask guys questions and all that good shit. We also, I don't know where it is, we got one of the guys in the group just did some flake. You can get them in packets, and we got some packets that's color shifting flakes. We haven't had time to use it this winter. We're gonna do a project where we can use the color shifting flakes, so we'll see how that ends up looking. Just so you guys, if you guys want to do a little spin on something and get that color shift that you're able to. So okay, we are gonna get to this project, get this busted out for this company. We're gonna be doing the other ones after, but like I said, our mobile blasting just blew up. Basically, we just winterized the machine, and I had another guy who has a boat over in the next state, wants us to come over and do a boat, and is paying to have it unwinterized, and then us winterize it again just so we can get to his boat this season. So it's been a very hectic ride. It's been a very long process, and we've been behind in a lot of our powder coating and videoing. But I do want to give a shout out to Bob Nash Jr., them guys at Greener Blast Technologies. If it wasn't for them guys, I mean, we wouldn't be where we were. I really believe that. Also, my son, for everything he does with the business, and he'll be taking over eventually here. You know, I'm close to that retirement age, so he's doing all he can and busting his ass, and my wife for supporting us. So, okay, here's the video. We have some vents, commercial vents to powder coat. We have a few over there. And we have a few here. We'll be powder coating them matte black. So on these pipes, it's gonna be a little harder. If you look, there's a flop in here. So my idea of doing it around it is I drilled a hole here, and I'm gonna set the back at an angle until that flop is free flowing in there. Then we may do it dry. We may put it in for the first coat, and then we may take it out and do hot flocking just to touch it off, make sure every parts hit. This is sliding into another piece, so it cannot be powdered, so we will end up taping that off. Remember, when you tape, try to use your ends like this. Okay, whoops, wrong end, sorry guys. You're gonna do that end on the very last one, not that one. I always do these tabs because after they get hit with heat, this shit don't want to come off. It's a pain in the ass. So we're gonna take this, and then we gotta figure out what angle. Shit, of course. Of course, I have to cut through the frickin' thing. Oh, finally that thing stopped. Okay. Okay. So now I'm looking. Ooh. Okay, so it's part way. So this is gonna be a tricky balance here. I'll show you. See how that flap? That inner flap is just, it's still a little too closed. I'm gonna want it a little ways out. So I really didn't think this was gonna be this complicated. I told the customers 250 mark. I didn't think it was gonna be, I thought literally I was gonna be able to put them all up. I didn't realize like the flaps and all the angles and the Faraday cages and everything. I thought it was just like bench. But I'm a big person on, like, if I give an estimate, I keep in it. So I told her 250, and I'll probably end up doing this for 250. It'll cover my costs and cover a little bit of my labor, but not really. But that's the point of the whole, you know, staying in business. Sometimes you have to think of these little things first. And that was my issue. I didn't think about it first. Like when she came, I wasn't thinking, okay, the flaps, I knew I was gonna have to drill holes, but I wasn't thinking, okay, I gotta get them up at an angle. I gotta have it open. I'll do it dry. I will put it in. I'll do flow out. Then I'll do it hot to make sure to get into those recess corners. I wasn't thinking all this. Also, I was thinking about doing them all on one, but doing this stuff, I have to do them separate batches. So there's time in cooking and stuff like that. It's not their fault. It's totally 100% my fault that I'm the one who did it. That I can work with. This I can definitely work with. So I will just, when I do it, I'll end up moving the flap with my hand. I'll spray inside dry. I'll let the flap go. I'll spray outside dry, get the rest of it dry, and then flow out, take it out, and then give it another hot flock it. That'll make sure it'll be basically double coated for the outside too. So, okay, I'll let you know when we get a little bit farther along. Okay, so the second one has its own issues. Let me explain. Okay, so it's galvanized. A lot of you guys know if you break through the galvanize, it will bubble, and galvanize is just miserable as F to do. So I'm hoping, I'm gonna just put a light coat over this. It's barely, you can kind of see it's barely etched, hopefully, so I didn't break through the galvanized. So it's gonna be galvanized, coated, and then powder. So this one of the miserable parts about it is, again, we got another flap. So again, we're gonna have to figure out a way to do it this side and on this side. Hot flocking is a way to go with that. So okay, we're gonna have to drill holes to where my mounts are gonna be. Again, guys, I do apologize for all the MIA shit lately. Oh shit, I don't think that tab is big. She said I could drill through here because they're gonna be putting their screws in there, but I think they're gonna be putting their screws in the side. So should I come up on each side and then one in the back? Or I don't want to put it somewhere they're not gonna, one on each side, hold it stationary, lift up the back. I think I'm gonna do that. Because I know they're gonna be screwing on the sides. I just don't know if they're gonna be screwing on the top, and I do not wanna screw this part up for them. So, there we go, there we go. Who is your daddy? So this one will have, boom, boom. I think that's it. Why don't you guys have a look? So, those are done. I just gotta spray them down, make sure they're all degreased, make sure the fingerprints are all off. You know, just, oh, I'm being hard to, I must want something cleaned or something, no camera footage here. Guys, I was actually watching what I was spraying. I wasn't watching the camera, so if I wasn't even on it, I do apologize, but they're sprayed down. These guys, I should be able to hang in one batch because I can just hang them upside down. Side note, guys, so if you ever drill holes, make sure you clean them up and make them smooth. Don't just leave them half-assed for customers. I know you guys, some of you guys are gonna say, oh, that's common sense, but in this day and age, there's no real word common sense. So just make sure everything's cleaned up for your customers, because word of mouth is gonna be one of your biggest advertising. So, okay, we have got 2 more. I didn't realize that back one had a flat too, back there. So we got these last 2. We're gonna hang them, we're gonna clean them up, and then we are gonna start our. So we are doing Henson matte black. We buy it in bulk, so we put like Henson 10 minutes at 400 matte black. We have a gray, we have a yellow, and we have a black. Love this stuff. Definitely do. Check out their website even. Henson stuff is used for a lot of, not necessarily military, but industrial. Good powder. We are using today, since it's small, we're gonna use the KKHD because I am gonna be hot blocking, so no need in busting out the X1 Reaper. We're gonna use a cup. We did just get a call, so like I said before, or maybe it's later in the video. I think I put it in before, but so we just put up our system, our blast system, mobile blast system for the winter. I just barely got a call from a gentleman that called about a month ago. He wanted his boat done, and we're not set up for marinas with, I think it's the EPA at marinas. You have to have contamination and all this bullshit, like crazy. So I tell him, like, we do blast boats. We do not do them at marinas. You've got to get it outside of marina, someplace that we can blast. And he got our number wrong. So the past 3 weeks, he's been trying to call us through another number. He finally got hold of us today. Unfortunately, last week we did this company called Beta Technologies. Check them guys out. Okay, let's get to this. So it's Henson matte black. We're gonna put it into a cup. Again, if anybody's looking for a system, check out the KFX1 system. We have it in a lot of our videos. We do have a group. A lot of the guys in a group are on this YouTube channel, of course, because that's where they saw it. But we like it. And hey guys, if you're one of them that has the X1 system, put down in the comments what your thoughts are of it. It's no Gima or any of those, but I'm telling you, it's pretty freaking close to it. Like, my buddy has a Gima, and he was using my X1, and we were messing around doing coats, how many coats we could do on a piece of metal, and the X1 did more than the Gima did. So he was pretty impressed with it and stuff, and he's like, he paid like 6 times of what I paid for mine. So he's like, if my Gima ever breaks down, I'm just getting an X1. So that made me feel good knowing that my system was worth it. And the system with the X1, you got different options. It's just like a car. You got, like, I got the whole stand and everything. I think it's like $2,100. You can just get the unit that you put on a tray, kind of like a unit, like, you know how my X1, or not my X1, my KKHD. That's just a unit right there. They actually come with a stand too. Like, you can buy the stand, but I didn't want to buy a stand. That one unit was like $2,100 without the stand, without nothing. And it's miserable. I was told that you can do microamps and UA adjustment and all that stuff, but you have to adjust them before, and it doesn't give you the exact number. It's telling you, before you buy one of those, call me, talk to me. I'm telling you right now, I'll talk you out of it in a heartbeat. What they tell you is correct, but it's very incorrect. If that doesn't even make sense, but it is. So, but the X1, for the same price as that, you can get the whole stand, the box stand or whatever you want. And then they do the smaller ones. If you want just a box with, say, one of these, it's like $1,100. So you get the system at a reasonable price just because you're taking out the stand. So great gun, guys. Definitely worth the price. But I guess to each is his own on things like that. Okay, so we are coming up. I just have a couple in the oven cooking off right now, just to make sure they're completely dry. But okay, guys, we will start powdering. Okay, so now we're on these little ones. So doing them cold, if you look, that's like a badass Faraday cage right down there. I mean, this whole thing is a Faraday cage. So what we'll do is we'll powder coat them like we are now, and then once they get hot, we'll come out and we'll hot block those corners. Yeah, these have taken me so much longer than I expected. And honestly, that's on me. That's not on the customer. That's on me thinking all of them were like this. I didn't realize, as you're seeing, the flaps are a pain in the ass. It's just taking so much time because you have to get up and you have to get this where it swivels, but you have to make sure that it keeps broken so it can swivel. So once it goes on and starts to thicken up or harden, I would say cure, you have to break that seal just so you always have that movement.